Good afternoon everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're all keeping well, and guess what, it's finally arrived. We're back out wild camping. That's the plan for today and this video. I'm joined by the very lovely Candice.
Hello.
And we are in West Sussex on the South Downs Way. Well, we're near the South Downs Way, we're going to be on it a bit later on, and we're going back to a favourite spot of ours, Chanctonbury Ring, for Summer Solstice. And as you see, we're not used to walking up hills. We've not done that for a while, apart from in Kent with the North Downs. So we're going to try and camp up there tonight, watch the sunset and the sunrise. Longest day of the year, is it?
It's the longest day.
There she is.
But the shortest night.
That's it. And to make it extra special, we're doing a 7-mile circular walk that started in Steyning. The car's parked back down there, and it was from like a little free leaflet that I picked up in the church at Bramber Castle when we explored that like last year, and we figured let's do that because it takes in Chanctonbury Ring, the mysterious ancient hill fort with its beech tree ring at the top, and of course all of this lovely countryside and Steyning, which I've never really explored. It's a lovely little old town. Really hot out today. Candice has got a Van Gogh Cairngorm 1 tent. I am trying out my Terra Nova Laser Competition 1, the ultralight tent that I bought recently, my dream tent. So we'll see how that works tonight. Weather's meant to be good. I think we've got some rain in the early hours of the morning, but that's about it. We're absolutely shattered already, we're not even walked that far. But we're going to have loads of breaks because we're not in a rush to get up there. I think it's about, I think it's about 3 o'clock, something like that. And we're also meeting some special guests up there as well. And the funny thing is they don't know we're going to be going, but we have been invited, so we're not gate crashing as such. So you'll see when we get up there. Anyways, if we've got enough air left in our bodies, enough talking, let's get walking. The route of this circular walk takes us out of Steyning and then steeply up to join the South Downs Way. Following the trail with excellent views brings us to Chanctonbury Ring, a great spot for a picnic. Chanctonbury Ring is an Iron Age hill fort perched on the northern edge of the South Downs, 783 feet above sea level. The ring's current fame stems from a crown of beech trees planted in 1760 by Charles Goring of Wiston House. Although not well received initially, the trees later became a well-known landmark. However, the trees in the centre didn't grow too well, and it was discovered that they had been planted on an old Roman temple. Many of the trees were destroyed in the Great Storm in October 1987, and the Goring family, who still own Wiston House, are working to restore the ring to its former glory. Welcome back everyone. The smile on my face tells you that we've made it. We've made it to Chanctonbury Ring. We're just inside the line of the beech trees that were planted here. I think it was the 17th or 18th. No, 1700s or 1800s, sorry. I have actually got a full video of the last time me and Candice wild camped up here, and that's got all the history of the hill fort from its origins right through to like modern day. So I'm going to try and put a link up here somewhere and you can watch that, and I'll also put another link to the first time we tried camping here, and we got stuck in a storm and we had to camp further down in some woodland that we passed earlier on, and that was with my mate Will, and I'll post that up here as well so you can watch both of those. But I'm not going to do any history on this one, okay, because you kind of know it already if you've watched those previous videos. But we're here. This is probably round about where we're thinking of wild camping tonight, on this side of the ring, just because the last time we were here there were two guys camping here already, and I really like the look of the spot, and I think the sun is going to be coming down over here, so we'll get to watch the sunset and then the sunrise will be back behind me. We camped over the other side last time, but this bit there's a lot of flat ground here, which is what I like about it. So we're going to get these packs off, which were lightweight until I put 3 ciders in and about 2.5 litres of water and a 24-hour British Army ration pack. But hey ho, base pack weight was light though. Anyway, look at this. I'm just going to sit and chill out and crack a cider open. Didn't know that walk was going to be as tough as it was, because I thought Steyning was kind of almost up level with the ridge, and it's not. So it was a lot of steep climbing, and Candice nearly threw the towel in a couple of times. She's done really well, so tell her well done. Okay, yeah, really proud of her. We're both absolutely shattered and absolutely sweating. It's so hot out, but there's a nice breeze, so that's good. But yeah, it's a 7-mile walk, and she claims I told her it was only a couple of miles, and it's not. She went, "Oh, if I'd have known, I wouldn't have done it." And that, so she had a little whinge, and then she's all right now. She's cheered up a bit. So yeah, probably, yeah. We're there. She's just sort of sussing out where we're going to camp for the night. But anyways, I'll get back to you in a little bit, everyone, and just enjoy these amazing views. Sat down under the beech trees here on one of the ramparts, probably on, I would say this is kind of like the southwest side of the ring, where we intend to camp later on. Cracked open the Thatcher's Cloudy Lemon cider. We nearly polished that off between the two of us. And then some salted peanuts, which have come from a British Army 24-hour ration pack. That's what I brought with me for food for tonight and tomorrow. I think that's all the stuff for lunch. And then that's all the stuff for breakfast. And then in this OEX dry bag I've got all the stuff for dinner as well. Can't remember what I'm having, but we'll soon see anyway. I'm not going to do like a full-on review of this, I'll just sort of show you bits and pieces of it really. And I don't really want the video to be just about a ration pack review. So yeah, that is what we're doing at the moment. A whole lot of nothing, just chilling out, waiting for my mystery guests to arrive. That's if they arrive, yeah. I'm pretty sure they are going to arrive, because they're the ones that invited me up here, and I didn't get back to them. I thought, no, I'm just going to turn up.
They're going to go somewhere else.
You imagine if they end up on like Cider Ring or something over there, and we just go, alright. Yeah, cheers everyone. So I've left Candice to sit and mind the bags. There she is. And I'm going to go for a little wander round the ring. we've got a few people out today. They're going to be probably catching the sunset as well, as it's summer solstice. So you've got this path up here, and then there's a path down there. So the ditch and the ramparts would have been here. It's the interior. They found traces of, I think, 2 Roman temples or Romano-British temples in the interior of the fort as well, like footings of them. Apparently there used to be, I think, a wild boar cult up here as well. So much history. Like I say, I'm going to link my previous videos of this place in this video, so you can learn more if you choose. Hopefully next year, once we're back to normal, I will be doing the South Downs Way, probably in sections and wild camping, kind of like I'm doing with the North Downs Way. I've had a late lunch, tomato and pasta salad, a coffee, some cheesy oat biscuits, cheese spread, peanut butter. What else was in there? Those nuts, some chewing gum. Could camp in there, it'd be a lot more sheltered from the wind and the sun, but you miss out on the views really. You want to sort of, I think here, camp on kind of the edge of it, just avoid being seen, of course. Look at that. That is absolutely incredible. It almost doesn't look real, the views from here. It looks like a photograph, like a painting. And yeah, we camped between these trees here last time, and we sat on this fallen tree. Oh, this guy over here is called Jason. It turns out he was wild camping here last time when me and Candice were here, him and his mate. Candice was talking to him earlier, that's how I know. Hello mate. You Jason? Yeah, we was here last time. Tom. Yeah, Tom, that's it. Tom and Candice, yeah. Yeah. Oh, brilliant, cheers, I'm just filming now as well. Excellent. See that, mate? See, right out to sea. This bit, though, I think is the most magical. In terms of the trees, there would have been obviously an entrance into the hill fort from here. It cuts right through the ramparts, the ditches, and goes up into the fort. But this bit, this is just magical, this bit, and I've often, when we've been up here, taken photos of Candice walking through this bit, and you don't even have to be an amazing photographer. Unfortunately, people have been having fires up here. Wasn't here last time we came here, and there's a big fire pit near where we're sat, which is annoying really, because you don't really need to have a fire up here. It's hard to control as well, it's windy, and it just scars the landscape, and it just ruins it for other people, because if the people that own this end up like really policing it and really sort of stopping people from wild camping up here because of people that have had fires, it ruins it for the rest of us. I mean, I've just got my little gas stove and a meth stove, and that's it. There's another fire pit there. Yeah, it's bad really. I know campfires are great and all, there is something lovely about them, but you don't need to have them every time you go camping, or even if you just come up here or whatever. You just got to respect the landscape, you know. It's been here for thousands of years, and it'll continue to stand here for thousands more, but if people don't respect it, then we're not going to be able to come and enjoy it, are we? That was a look around Chanctonbury Ring, and we are probably going to camp somewhere around here tonight because it's a nice flattish area. It's gone 7 PM and it's got really busy. Jason, his dog Marley, are down here now. We've been chatting for a while. He was the guy that was camping up here last time when me and Candice were here. Yeah, loads of people have turned up now. all over this side of the hill fault. So of course the sun's going to be setting over that way. Okay, so my guests have arrived. We've got Gary striking quite a nice pose. I think you've got a sweat patch there, I'm not sure, in the groin. We've got Ben, Nick, what's your name again, mate? Sorry, Adrian. So they're all Gary's mates that have come up here as well, and we're all going to be camping tonight, of course. Welcome back, everyone. It's coming up to 11 PM. We've set our tents up. I've got me Terra Nova Laser Competition one set up. Bit of a pig to set up it was, I'm not going to lie, just because it's the first time I've ever taken it out wild camping, and of course I've set it up before in the garden, but that's a different story. You can practice all you want in the garden and it is useful, but at the end of the day you're not going to know how a shelter's going to perform and stuff, and what it's going to be like setting it up until you wild camp, because the logistics of each camp is completely different, so you just got to be prepared for that really. So a bit of a pig, broke a couple of pegs. Luckily Candice bought a little camping mallet, because we'd have been screwed without that, because literally the pegs went down about that far and then they're either hitting like a chalk bedrock. I said to her not to bring it as well to save weight, but I'm glad she did, even though it broke, because it's like a rubber mallet, so there's just chunks coming out of it. But I think a couple of inches below the surface is like chalk bedrock and tree roots and stuff, and literally we struggle to find any purchase on the pegs. But we've got them in just. The tents aren't pretty, but they'll do. Candice's tent is over in the background there, the Van Gogh Cairngorm one. So I've got my laser competition one out. It's lightweight. The footprint was a bit of a git as well. I'm thinking of probably doing away with the Tyvek footprint and actually like coughing up the 50-60 quid to get like a proper Terra Nova footprint. It's got to be easier to pitch the tent with that than this, because this is just not agreeing anyway. But still, they're done. The wind has picked up a little bit, but it's not really cold. Gary and chums, they're actually in the actual hill fault in the wooded bit in the middle, and there's another big group. They didn't bring a lot with them, just blankets and stuff, and they've actually got a massive fire, which is not ideal really, but I think they're in the woods as well, so they're kind of out of sight. But to be honest with you, the limited stuff they've bought, I think they need a fire to keep themselves warm, really.
The other people have got hammocks.
Oh, is that the couple?
Yeah, they've got hammocks.
Yeah, there's a young couple that turned up at like last knock-in, literally after the sunset, with like big rucksacks, and apparently they got hammocks, so they'd be set up inside the tree line as well, whereas we're sort of on the edge of the tree line, because I like to have the views and stuff in the morning. I can see all the lights and stuff, and I can see the lights on the offshore wind farms out at sea, everything. I've missed this, I've missed wild camping. Gary and chums around the other side, we'll probably go and see them in a bit and sit and have a drink with them before we go to sleep. I'm trying out a new ultralight meth stove tonight. It's just like a soda can stove. I bought 3 of them, get this, for 99p, all pre-made, and they're really good. They take a hell of a lot of meths, and they can run for about 25 minutes, the guy says. Anyway, dinner tonight, we've got chicken and vegetable biryani, chicken and mixed vegetables with rice in a spiced curry sauce. So that's British Army finest 24-hour wrap pack, and a massive sachet of hot chocolate powder. I've had the huge Blackfriars fruit flapjack already. It was so crumbly we just put it in a mug and like just ate it with a spoon. It was really nice. Had a tea, just a few odds and ends really throughout the evening while the sun's been going down and that. Got me gas stove out at Krakow as well, just in case the meths don't behave, but they're doing alright at the moment. There, well, it took quite a lot to fill the stove. What it does is you fill like the little reservoir at the top, and it's got like a little pinhole in the base of it, and of course it drains down into the well, and then you've got the holes around the side like where the jets come out of. And the stove takes a hell of a lot. It's actually the smaller of the 3 soda can stoves that I bought, and yeah, it takes a hell of a lot. I've done 2 boils tonight, and I've literally used that amount of fuel. So I had like basically to the neck of the bottle, so probably about 350ml in there instead of 250, and we're down to about 75ml. So it holds a lot of fuel, but then you've probably got quite a few burns in there as well. You just keep the fuel in there. You couldn't transport it though like that, you'd have to empty it out first. That's the only thing, whereas the Trangia you can seal up with fuel in it, it won't leak, whereas that you can't really do that on. So slight disadvantage there, but it's so much lighter and it probably holds a lot more fuel than a Trangia does, so not bad. I've also got the little mini button alcohol stove as well. I was thinking of trying that out, but it is quite windy, so I'm glad I bought that big metal windshield. That's helping. But the stove's bloomed now. It took quite a while. It was a bit wild at first, but it's working. Right, it's about midnight now, and there's about 4 or 5 different sets of people wild camping up here on Chanctonbury Ring tonight. It's a very popular place. Some large groups tonight because it's Summer Solstice. We've just discovered there's another tent as well off to our right, down sort of in like the ditch of the fort. So I'm going to head into the woods and hopefully not stumble across anyone else, you know. Aha! Yep, I found them. Yeah, that's them. I recognise Gary's tent. It's alright. There's so many people up here, you can't tell who's who. Here we are into Gary camp. Everyone still awake, or?
Yeah, most of us. Yeah.
Cool beans. Oh, we're around the windy side. It's nice. It's quite sheltered here. It's nice, isn't it?
There's no wind in here at all.
Ah, banging.
We had Gary had a chili con carne, which was too hot.
Nice.
I had a korma with some rice, which was nice.
Nice.
Cup of tea.
Cup
a lot
of tea.
Talking.
Yeah.
Adrian who just went to bed a minute ago in his hammock, which is just there.
Oh yeah, massive hammock there.
And then I think Nick's just behind Gary.
I'm on hill.
There's Gary just there. He's out.
Where are you? Oh, Gary's in.
Hello.
There he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, filming going all right?
Yeah, I'm done, right?
Take a seat.
Oh, we'll do. Cheers. Yeah, I'm not going to stay around for long because Candice is going to sleep soon, and we've got to review a cider,
Oh, no worries.
and then I've got to have another tea.
Otherwise,
Go to sleep.
go to bed.
I'm inside the tent now. It's about 1:45. I've just got back from seeing Gary and the lads. Candice has just gone to sleep. I've done myself a little sort of nighttime sort of sleepy tea, which might not work because I'm going to have my final cider, which is this Lily's Stargazer cider. Really cool artwork. It's 4.5%, lightly sparkled, dry crisp Somerset cider, so it's a dry one. So it's slowly matured, made from a blend of apples, making a smooth refreshing cider. Medium dry, it says. So let's crack it open. Cheers everyone, I hope you're enjoying the video, and it is good to be back out wild camping, definitely, even though it is really busy here tonight. Oh, it's got a very kind of normal smelling sort of cider smell to it. Nothing really jumps out at you. It's not too bad. It's one of those ciders that you think is going to be stronger than what it is. It's not that strong tasting, and it's quite flat actually. It doesn't taste very sparkling at all. Lightly sparkled, that's why. Yeah, it's not got a hell of a lot of flavour or taste to it. This is just a bog standard cider really. There's nothing overly special about it. I mean, I could drink it, but I know that I'd want like a fruit cider or a really kind of sweet cider immediately after this. So I think for Lily's Stargazer cider, I do like the artwork. I think the artwork's really cool, and I thought it was quite appropriate for this wild camp. But for this cider, I reckon I'm going to give it probably a 6.5 out of 10. So it's sort of around average, just above average. So it's not my favourite by far, but it's a good cider still. It's a good quality cider. And where we are is kind of, we're going to get the wind coming off the sea and stuff, whereas all the other guys are kind of in the woodland. Probably should have done that, but it's a bit crowded in there, to be fair, and I like to be able to open the tent door and see the amazing views that I've come to see. So in there it just feels like you're in a normal woodland. It doesn't feel like you're on a hill fort or anything, so that's why I kind of prefer this, but it is what it is. So we're going to aim to get up for around 4:30 in the morning, so literally I've probably got about 3 hours sleep, and catch the sunrise. But then I'm just going to go back to sleep probably till about, I don't know, 7 AM, something like that, and then do a bit of breakfast. I think I've got like chicken, sausages and beans or something from that ration pack. Enough yawning, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning again everyone. Probably seeing the weather is absolutely awful. So we've got some quite bad rain and some strong winds up here. It's now 9:15. I checked the weather forecast and this is due to stop around 10, so we've got about an hour and a quarter to go. We've been sort of stuck in here catching up on sleep. Good thing is I have caught up on my sleep. I feel a lot better now, but it means that we've had to stay put here for quite a long time, longer than we wanted to. And I'm going to try and cook some more breakfast and a hot drink in the tent, with the gas stove. The wind is quite violent, so it is shaking the tent about a bit, which isn't ideal if you want to try and cook in a tent, of course. Not the best thing. Don't know what's happened with Gary and that yet. We haven't heard from them. They're way over there, but we just want to wait for it to sort of to die down enough so that we can get the tent packed away, or tents packed away, and then get down off of the ring and sort of get down maybe into a more sheltered spot, because don't really want to be walking in this. It's not the best of weather, but the tent somehow has held up. I'm quite impressed by it, and so has Candice's little Bango Cairngorm one-person tent, really. To be fair, I probably chose not the best spot because we're kind of on the south side of the hill fault, where of course we can see the sea and everything, but of course that's where the wind is coming from. All this bad weather's coming off of the sea, so not ideal. Managed to use the Outkit Kraku gas stove in here. It was a little bit precarious because the wind was just shaking everything, so I managed to do an English breakfast tea and chicken, sausages and beans, which is absolutely lovely. That's not too bad. This tent has definitely been put through its paces on this camp. First time it's been out and it's been like severely tested. It's gone 10 AM and true to form, the rain has stopped. It's still incredibly windy out though, but the sun's out. Once we're past the tree line and we're out actually on the downs, it looks quite sunny and people walk around in t-shirts despite the wind. Seen a lot of runners, walkers, long distance walkers, cyclists, you name it, they're out here. It's a really popular spot here, and it's not as isolated as you think really. A lot of people come up here, so we would have been out earlier, but of course we couldn't because of the inclement weather. So we're going to get the tents taken down, and hopefully you can hear me. I just want to point out that fire pit there was not us. That was already here, and I just made good use of it by putting my alcohol stove in there last night to cook. And unfortunately there's no way that we can dig it over. We've not got digging tools with us. All we can do is just cover it with rocks really. But yeah, that wasn't us. As I say, we didn't have a fire last night. We had my alcohol stove and my gas stove, and that was it. Unfortunately someone's left that here, but it just came with the spot. The spot was a really good spot. It was very windy. In fact, it wasn't actually, it was shit, because we just had the wind coming off of the sea and the rain and stuff, and it absolutely battered our poor little tents. But they stood up to the test though. They actually worked. They're not beautiful, but they worked. That's the main thing. And yeah, unfortunately the fire pit came with that, so it is what it is. Next time though, we'll probably, if we come back up here, which we probably will no doubt, we'll camp in the actual, like in the middle of the fault, in amongst the trees, because apparently Gary and chums have not got any wind at all there, and they're really sheltered from the rain. It's like the perfect spot. Sod's law, innit? Gary and chums is leaving now. They're all packed up on the other side, and we are packed up now, leaving no trace.
No trace, yeah, just come over to inspect.
The fire pit wasn't us, as
there's loads of fire pits all around, isn't there?
Yeah, so like literally we did not do that, okay? We don't burn history, we record it. There we go, boom. Yeah, I like how I just pulled that one out my arse, yeah.
It was peeing down earlier, but now it's not.
Absolutely hammered it down, but it's fine now. Yeah, literally you couldn't see anything. It was all the like rain clouds were in over here and stuff. So anyways, yeah, so Gary's off.
Ta-da! I'll see you later.
See you later, mate. Pleasure. Bye. On leaving the ring, the route descends towards the village of Washington, and from there we follow paths along the base of the downs to return past Whiston House to Steyning. Historic Steyning, nestling against the inspiring landscape of the South Downs, is well known as one of the most picturesque towns in Sussex. The town of St Cuthman, circa 750 AD, Steyning is rich in history, with scores of timber-framed buildings in and around the ancient High Street and its excellent museum. It was once a port on the then navigable estuary of the River Cider, and was prized by the Normans. Their legacy today includes the magnificent parish church and the ruins of the castle in nearby Bramber. Steyning offers the visitor a fantastic selection of interesting shops, including the award-winning Cobblestone Walk, a monthly farmers market and ample parking. There are also restaurants, pubs and tea rooms offering delicious food and drink, plus a wide selection of great accommodation for the weary traveller. Rightfully known as a great destination for walkers, Steyning and district provides easy access to beautiful countryside, the South Downs Way, and to other long-distance paths. There are also excellent local routes to the mysterious Chanctonbury Ring, the Iron Age hill fort at Cider Ring, and delightful gentle walks through the Ada Valley. Welcome back everyone. We are back in Steyning, lovely little village, kind of at the foot of the downs. There's lovely thatched cottages, half timbered houses, good mixture of really old properties throughout the village. Lots of history here. That was a really good walk. It was brilliant. So yeah, cheers Gary for inviting us and the meet up. It's good to see you again. And there we go. We're back at my car outside the church in Steyning. That's the end of this walk and wild camp. First one back since lockdown has sort of relaxed, and that's the end of this video. So all I've got to say is a big thank you for watching, and of course I've got to say a big thank you to the very lovely Candice for joining me. This was a last minute decision. We thought she had work, and it turns out she had the day off, so she was like, can I come? And I was like, definitely. So pleasure. And she's done really well again. That was such a tough walk, carrying all the gear and stuff up that hill, and
yeah,
she hated it, but she stuck it out. It's really good. We sort of shared the navigating duties and stuff on that one. It wasn't too difficult to navigate, but yeah, it was really good overall. Really good camp up there. Weather was a bit grim at times, but it was good fun. It was good to celebrate Summer Solstice, so happy Summer Solstice everyone. So end of the video. Cheers for watching everyone. Get in the comments, let us know what you think. It's great to finally be back out wild camping again. Been looking forward to it. Take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe everyone, Until next time, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.